going to go back to Doris Ballard, and she's going to be interviewing a gentleman named Jeffrey Cooper. You know, New Hampshire has a great history of furniture making, and Jeffrey makes furniture, but he makes more than that. He's a designer of sculptural furnishings and does just beautiful work, according to the brochures that I have here. So let's go to Doris and talk with Jeffrey Cooper.
Hi, I'm here at the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen studio, Gallery 205, and I'm interviewing, and I'm thrilled to be interviewing Jeffrey Cooper. He is an expert wood sculptor and known for his functional artwork, and we're sitting on a piece here on a stools that are quite obviously functional artwork. Hello, Jeffrey, how are you?
Very well, how are you?
Thank you so much for being on the Arts Telefest.
It's my pleasure.
Let's talk about this piece in particular, and what are we looking at? This could be something suited to a garden or even in a home. I mean, you could do it in anywhere, in an office, a garden, a home. What did you have in mind when you did this piece?
I wanted it to really be used out in a garden. I've made other pieces of a similar nature that people have looked at and says, oh my gosh, if I put it out in the garden, it's going to get weathered or this or that. And I say, fine, but this one here, I really want to be out there. I want it to get weathered. I want it to age naturally. The wood is cypress. The stone is a found object. I didn't do anything to the stone except for inset it in. And I'm imagining this in someone's garden where they're walking down the walkway and it's just kind of like hidden in a little nook, a place where they can go and have a private moment in the garden, or as a couple, have their tea. And that's the way I'm seeing this.
Now, you have some beautiful scriptures here, the words written into the wood. Where did you get this from? And what does it say?
This is a Celia Thaxter poem. And one of the legs of one of the chairs, I made a signature. It's not her signature, it's a script that I found. I titled the piece Tangled Space, which is two of the words that are in the poem. And it's describing her garden, which was in a little space, and she's marveling at how everything grows.
So you're also including poetry with your works.
Yes.
Is this typical of what you do?
The writing, the lettering on it. The writing, the lettering, the poem was a new idea for me. It just came in a conversation with somebody about something, and the concept just popped into my head. I had already collected the stones, wanting to make a dinette set, and I had already had the wood, the cypress, with the idea in mind. And just, I think part of being an artist is to be always being aware of the different stimulus that come to you from different places at different times, and seeing things and hearing things. And somebody said something to me one day, and it just gave me an idea, so I went and did it.
You found these pieces of stone here, the ones that we're sitting on, and this one for the table.
Yeah.
And did you have in your mind immediately what you were going to use the stone for?
I was actually looking for it. This stone, I'll give a plug to W.S. Goodrich in Epping, because they have some open palettes that they let people pick through. So I went to the stone yard wanting to make a dinette set, looking for a flat stone and two matching stones out of the same bin. So I have the same kind of stone to go for all three items. So I was looking for a flat stone and two smaller ones.
And that when you saw it, you knew this was it?
Yeah.
Right.
It had this nice, interesting shape. I don't know if you can see on the camera, this nice little ridge over here, a little flat surface.
So that it has a lip, sort of.
Yeah, just some interest, the interest here.
Tell us a little bit about your training. How long have you been sculpting?
I've been doing furniture making since about 1980. In the late 80s, maybe around late 80s, 1988, is when I started doing more sculpture on the pieces. And it's always been nature themed, leaf carvings. I've done a lot of things with animal carvings. If you were to look on my website, you would see benches carved as whales and bears. You would see lamps with giraffes.
You have a theme of animals, yes.
Yeah, it seems to be the idea that's come to me. It started off with a set of kids' animal chairs, like 13-inch seat height, kid-sized chairs. I made the first one when my daughter was 1. So there's all different animals there. There's been giraffes and bears and even gorillas and octopus, but lots of horses. I've done at least 110. I lost count some number of years ago when a computer melted down. I lost my count. But that's what got me started doing all the animal pieces. And then I wanted to branch from there into doing adult things. And everybody wants to label me as a child's artist, but I don't really see myself that way. I'm looking to appeal to the child within the adult as well. So as a result, I've had times when I've sold a commission to somebody. I remember one time particularly a lamp carved as a giraffe eating leaves from a tree. And they commissioned it for their kids' room, and they brought it home and put it in the living room. So that's kind of my ideal, the way it should work.
Let's talk about the philosophy of Jeffrey Cooper. What is your philosophy? You did hint a little bit to it.
Well, if you saw the movie I made for the League, it said that I want to put things into people's lives that make them happy. And I'm thinking that if everybody could be a little bit happier just in their lifestyle and their setting, then that's how we're going to end wars. So in an idealized solution, it's like if everybody could smile at the same time, then all wars would stop. So we're trying to heal the world with art.
Well said. And you know what would make me happy? Is
What?
to have this in my garden.
Well, I would love to see it in your garden. As it turns out, it's for sale. You just speak to Catherine.
All right. And your website is, Jeffrey?
www.cooperwoodsculptor.com. Okay.
Thank you so much for being part of the Arts Telefest. It's been our pleasure.
Well, it's
And
been my pleasure.
keep
Thanks
making
for the
art.
invitation.
Keep making art, not war. I love that philosophy.
Well, thank you.